Okay, this is going to be the review for Algebra 1, Systems of Equations. The first part of this will be a no calculator based deal, so it's asking us to graph this. So what I want to do is I want to start at 1, so I'm up 1. Okay, then my slope is -2, which means -2 over 1, 2 down, 1 right. So 1, 2 down, 1 right. Okay, all right. I may need to graph some additional points. Okay, so I'd go 2 up, 1 left. All right, so just make sure it's a straight line. Okay, all right. We'll finish this off in a second. This will be -4. Okay, all right. I'd start at -4. 1 over 2 means 1 up, 2 right. All right, 1 up, 2 right, 1 up, 2 right. Okay, so this line goes like this, and as you can see, all right, I can easily just draw this line going through here. Also, this would be 2 down, 1 right. So my answer there is 2, 1, 2, -3. So 2, -3, or x equals 2, y equals -3. Okay, this one I'd start 1, 2, and 3. Okay, -2 over 3 means 2 down, 3 right from there. So 2 down, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, this means 1, slope of 1, I'd start at 2. Okay, all right, so that means 1 over 1, which is 1 up, 1 right. So 1 up, 1 right. As you can see these lines, I'm going to have to work the other way, which is down, left, down, left, down, and left, down, and left. Okay, so that gives me a full line. This one, if I kept that one going, that would be up 2, 1, 2, and 3. So you just got to keep the points going. All right, draw a straight line, 1, 2, 3. That is -3, -1, or x equals -3, y equals -1. Okay? All right. Okay, what's the solution? As you can see, these will not intersect, so this will be no solution. These ones will intersect at 1, 2, so x equals 1, y equals 2. Okay, look at that. So 1 over, 2 up. Pretty simple. Okay. Now, if you ever have a situation where the variables eliminate, and these are the same, okay, that's infinite solutions. We talked about that with lines. Okay. Now, this answer to this one is 2, -1, because I go 2 to -1, so x equals 2, y equals -1. Okay. And then moving on to these problems. The difference of two numbers is equal to 16. So two numbers. First number, second number. Okay? All right. 3 times the second number is 4 more. Okay? So 3 times the second. So 3 times the second means equals 4 more than the first. So x plus 4. Remember, more than we switch it. Okay? If we're given this, if I wanted to solve, I would subtract 4x from each side. And I'd be left with this. If you remember, we talked about these when they're different. Okay, that answer will be no solution. Okay, moving on. Now this next part is calculator based. They want us to solve by graphing. Okay, so what I'm going to need to do is get this in y equals. So what I would have to do is I would have to move that over here. Now what happens when it moves is that's going to basically change sign. So 2y equals 2x minus 4, and then I just divide each part by 2. That's going to be y equals 1x minus 2. Okay, this one, when it portals over, it would be y equals -3x, okay, plus 10. Now, we can use our graphing calculator. If I go to menu and graph, and I go 1 alpha x minus 2, and I go -3x alpha x plus 10, and I draw it. All right, G solve, ISCT for intersect. I get x equals 3 and y equals 1. All right, you ready like that or like this? Okay, this one is already in y equals. Okay, so this is fantastic. I can do 2 divided by 5, then I put x plus 1, and then parentheses -1, divided by 4, close parentheses, alpha x minus 2. Draw, G solve intersect. I get a decimal, which is okay, negative 4.6 and negative 0.8. Or I could write it as negative 4.6, y is negative 0.8. Okay? Solve the following system by substitution. Okay? Make sure you can still see that. Fantastic. Okay, so what this is going to be is this is in y equals. So I am going to substitute this for y. So that's 3x plus, there's a 1 in front of y. Okay, so I take that 1 equals negative 9. Take that 1 and distribute it. 1 times 2x is negative 2x. 1 times 1 will be 1. Now, what I have to do is combine the like terms there. Okay, so in that case, all right, 3 minus 2 would be 1. So that's 1x plus 1 equals negative 9. And then I would subtract 1. 1x equals negative 10. And you really don't need to divide, but let's go ahead and do that. X equals negative 10. So then what I do is I take that and put it all the way back in here. Okay? So that's negative 2 times negative 10 plus 1 is 21. Okay? So I get x equals negative 10, y equals 21, or I could write it like this. Either answer is acceptable. Okay, solve by elimination. Now, what I want to do is make sure every operation exists here. So these are positive. Now what I want to see is, that looks like that's going to eliminate. Let's test to see if it does. 6 minus 6 is 0, so that's good. I can keep the signs that I have. Okay, so then so this goes away. It's like this part goes away. All right, then I can do 4 plus 3, which is 7x. 32 plus 3, which is 35. Okay, solving for x is easy. I would divide by 7. X equals 5. Now, what I would do to make this easy on myself is I'm going to put that back into that top row. So that's 4 times 5 plus 6y equals 32. 4 times 5 is 20. Okay, I would subtract 20 from both sides. I got 6y equals 12. Divide by 6, y is 2. Okay, so I can write it as my answers being this or this. Okay, moving on to the next ones. Okay, solve by any method that you want. Okay, all right, does not matter. I would personally here, you can use graphing. Okay, I'll show you graphing and a substitution. If you were to do this by graphing, what's nice is that's already in y equals. This, so you got one of them in y equals already. Okay, this you would just move that 12x to the other side, so it would become negative 12x. Remember, as it moves from one side to the other, it just changes sign. Okay, all right, still have the minus 3 here. Then I divide each part by negative 3. That's y equals, and if I use my calculator, I would do negative 12 divided by negative 3, which would be 4, and negative 3 divided by negative 3, which is 1. So 4x plus 1. Okay, so these would be my 2. Okay, I could graph that in my calculator if I wanted to. Okay, negative 6x plus 1, and I got 4x plus 1. Draw, G-solve intersect. I've got an answer of x equals 0, y equals 1. Okay? Now, if you wanted to use substitution, which would have been the other good one, I would take this and put it in for y. So 12x minus 3 times negative 6x plus 1 equals negative 3. So if I distribute that, that's 12x minus negative 3 times negative 6 is positive 18. So plus 18x. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. I would combine these guys. Okay. 12 plus 18 is 30. So 30x minus 3 equals negative 3. I would add 3 to this side. I got 30x equals 0. If I divide by 30, 0 divided by 30 would just be 0. Okay, same thing. I would take this, put it right back into there. Negative 6 times 0 plus 1 would be 1. So either way would be acceptable, okay? Let's go to this elimination problem. Now as you can see, well, I got operations, minus, plus, minus, good. So you can see, nothing really eliminates with the variables. So I'm going to do a little trick here. I am going to multiply by the positive version of this number, and I'm going to multiply by the positive version of this number. And what I have to do is I have to multiply all those terms. So 8 times 7 is 56. 3 times 7 is 21. So I got 56x plus 21y equals 4 times 7 is 28. Okay? Now, 8 times negative 7 and 8 times 5. Okay, so I got negative 56x, positive 40y equals negative 34 times 8 is negative 272. Okay, now, let's see if I think now that those will eliminate. Let's check. 56 minus 56 is 0. Great. So I can keep these signs. 21 plus 40, 61y. Okay. 28 minus 272, negative 244. Divide by 61. Y equals negative 4. Fantastic. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put that into my original to make it easy on myself. So 8x plus 3 times negative 4 equals 4. Okay? 3 times negative 4 would be negative 12. So I would add 12 to this side. That would be 8x equals 16. And divide by 8, I got x equals 2. So I got 2, and that equals that. Okay? All right? Now, these next two, okay, you can write a system, and I'm going to show you how to use the calculator to do that. Okay. All right, 2 types of seats for an arena. They sell VIP seats and general admission. Okay. All right. They're sold for $15, and there's a total of 400 seats. All right. So what you do, all right, for this is you make 2 rows, a total items, and you make a money line. Okay? The total items. We're selling VIP seats, V plus A. All right, for general, or we'll do V plus G. All right, V plus G equals, we sold 400 seats. Okay, so there's the VIP seats and the general admission seats. There's 400 total seats. The money line is everything related to money. So it's 50 for the VIP, 15 for the general admission, and it made $8,100. So all the money goes on this. Now, the numbers that are actually in front of these are 1 and 1. Now, for our purpose of our calculator, I'm going to show you how to do this. Real easy. Go to Menu, and find this thing that says equal, okay, and select it. You hit execute. We're going to do simultaneous, which is F1. We don't know 2 things. We don't know that, so we hit the 2, okay? So all we do is type these numbers across. 1, 1, 400. This row would be 50, 15, and 8,100. If you hit enter, the first letter of V would be 60 seats, and the second letter of G would be 340. Okay? Okay? All right, now this next type of word problem says Mike bought 2 pizzas and 3 cases of soda for $42. Sarah bought, all right, 5 pizzas, 7 for $102. What you're going to do is you're going to do person 1. This is in comparison. Person 2. Okay? Person 1 bought 2 pizzas and 3 sodas and spent $42. Person 2, Sarah, bought 5 pizzas, 7 sodas, and spent $102. Okay? So, all I would just hit exit to go back to the previous one. Type the numbers in across, 2, 3, and 42. Bottom numbers would be 5, 7, and 102. Okay, so for the first letter P, that was 12. For the second letter sodas would be 6. Okay, now you have to be able to show work, and you will only get full credit for all these problems. The calculator, the word problems are the ones you can use the calculator.